Normal behavior. Behavior is normal. We're strictly informal, keeping it cordial. What's going on, my people, man? Today we are going to be getting into a segment on the dark side of a corrupt rehab. You get me, my people, because you know, say what goes down in them sort of places there. Yeah? I don't even need to talk too much. You get me? But yeah, my people, man, let's just get straight into the ting route, bye. I'm also gonna say as well, man. Just make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and show some Ross Clark support. You see me, my people?
I worked in a corrupt drug and alcohol rehab for 5 years. Corruption is everywhere, from patients using with staff members to staff members having affairs.
Wow, that sounds like a mad rehab just from the off. Yeah, sounds crazy.
Before I got hired, the guy that interviewed me appeared to be under the influence of stimulants. A lot of the patients that came in knew staff members because they were friends.
Man said you're going to an interview and the man is burst off his nut. You know the ones there, like, man's all just there, like, man's eating a visible sandwich. While man's fucking interviewing you for a job. Crazy works.
Or maybe even they used together a long time ago, and unfortunately a lot of those workers relapsed.
Man said the workers relapsed. Yeah. Not even the people in rehab. Nah, it's not even funny. Man said the workers relapsed.
I don't know how many people I've talked through suicidal ideation. They're on their last breath of hope. And to come to a place that prioritized money and business over their life, it was sickening. We actually had one instance where a 19-year-old boy was rushed through the program for the sake of giving up their bed to somebody else who could take cash or have better insurance.
That is mind games. Absolute mind games to think. The man is in rehab. A man selling his bed just to get money to go and get more drugs. Crazy, crazy.
He was sent home and overdosed 2 days later and died.
R.I.P. to that guy, man. Condolences to his family, man. Crazy, crazy.
The facility that I worked at was at minimum $1,000 per day and was in network and approved by a lot of major insurance companies in California.
A rack a day. Man said a rack a day. Crazy.
But working on the inside, it felt like just a bunch of people who were newly sober trying to figure out how to run a business. There was one instance where we had a staff member who relapsed and quit, and they got back into the addiction lifestyle. They were dealing drugs. They were a connect for somebody who was in the rehab.
Crazy. Man said a former worker relapsed and started bussing it to the people in the rehab. You can't write this shit. But let's be real though. Where is the greatest shots? If you are a part of that lifestyle, and that's your line of work. Yeah. Where is the best customers? Motherfuckers that are in rehab. But the reality is though, the majority of them ones in rehab, they're probably broke. Actually, that's a lie. They get bread, like pip and that. Crazy, crazy.
That person knew where to drop it off, where it would be found, and a patient overdosed because of that. It was definitely just a big ball of chaos. The inpatient manager was actually notorious for gossiping about what patients disclosed.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's just, what's that thing called? Patient something confidentiality. You get me? Something along them lines anyway. Yeah, that is crazy, man. That's like an automatic firing in all jobs where that is a thing. Do you get what I'm saying?
Private one-on-one sessions. There was one time that I was at one of the houses and he was reading somebody's therapy note. He pushed the keyboard back and he sat back and he said, "Man, if she wasn't patient, I'd totally fuck her." definitely takes it in the ass.
brother, brother, brother. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. How is man got these people working with vulnerable people, bro? Man's looking at her notes talking about she'll get it in the year. What mental? Astaghfirullah, man.
We also had a program director who attempted patient brokering. Patient brokering is when somebody at a facility is basically doing a backdoor deal for cash and gets a percentage of the cut of whoever they can bring in for treatment.
What? For whoever they can bring in for treatment. So then there's people that are actively out there trying to use this as a hustle. Yeah, fucking with people's brains and that. Do you know what I mean? That's fucked up, man. Yeah, that is messed up.
It has been known that patient brokering does take place in the rooms of Alcoholics and Narcotics Anonymous. People will go in and basically just start asking people, hey, who's got health insurance?
Man said just to finesse them. You know, the ones there just to finesse them and then just try to get the hustle out of them. You know what I'm saying? Dark. Dark.
The screening process consisted of a mini biopsychosocial assessment where you collected medical history, abuse history, drug use history. A lot of the people that were answering the phones were not qualified or certified, including myself. These people had no clinical experience.
Yeah, but then that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, obviously, the vetting process to get one of these jobs is bottom of the barrel. Do you get what I'm saying? I'll be real though, man. A lot of the times, yeah, when you want to get like something to do with these jobs, yeah, you have to, as long as, I don't even know, man, but as long as your DBS or something like that runs through, you can get a job. But then you have to think, yeah, there's bare people, yeah, that get these sort of jobs from like brethrens and that. Do you know what I mean? Like, so you don't even have to do DBS checks and all these things. So then you just got like people from the block looking after vulnerable people. You know what I mean? Like you got Jamal from down the road working in the fucking mental institution selling them packs. Do you know what I'm saying? It's crazy works, man.
No clinical credentials, and a lot of the time, not even a high school diploma. A lot of the questions were really triggering, especially when we would get to the section about abuse. The more sick a person was, the better chance their insurance would pay for them to stay longer.
Yeah, mind games says it all, man. Says it all. But then that's like in this country, innit? Like the more severe your disability or your health is, the higher you get with that PIP thing, innit? You know what I mean? Like people get, you know, but it's like I swear you get more money if you've got like more severe disabilities. Don't quote me on that because I don't really know the ins and outs. I'm paraphrasing. Do you know what I'm saying?
So you're constantly battling between picking this person apart or letting them have their dignity or not doing your job.
You know, I think as well a lot of the times, yeah, when people do these shows, yeah, like Vice and Informer, yeah, people are gonna know who you are. Do you know what I mean? Like if you watch this and you've worked with this woman before and you watch this, you're gonna know who she is. Do you know what I'm saying? If you hear the stories and then, even though they distort the voice, but if you look at this woman and then you hear her story, then you're gonna be able to pick out who it is. That's my personal opinion still. If you have another opinion, man, put it in the comments down below. You know what I'm saying? We're on school.
The insurance department was under a lot of pressure from the CEO to bill for as much time as they could. The clinical department was trying to treat people who came there for help. There was one instance where the insurance director started yelling obscenities at the clinical director because they wanted to keep a patient longer than the clinical director wanted to.
I'm not fucking surprised. This just tells me what I already knew. In Western countries, i.e. America and England, anything to do with the health system is a money-making thing. You get what I'm saying to you? Yeah? But one thing I will say that England is better than America, right? We have the NHS. Yeah, God bless the NHS. Yeah, I'm gonna scream that proudly each and every time, blood. Yeah, God bless the NHS in it, because in these countries like America and that, you gotta pay big readies, insurances, and all these type of things. What are you talking about? Do you get what I'm saying? Just to go to the hospital and get treated. Get out of here, man. Dark.
It always felt like it was profit over people.
100%.
It's heartbreaking. At one point, two of the managers were having an affair.
Normal behavior, as long as it's a man and a woman.
They would disappear to take lunches together and be gone for hours, or be locked in one of the offices.
Shagging.
They weren't able to be disturbed. Ultimately, it made the patient suffer. I was in a constant battle with my own moral compass.
Oh yeah, she was in a battle with her own moral compass because she was making $1,000 a day.
And my desire to help people, hoping that the next day will be different. I was having panic attacks at work. I would lock myself in my office and just cry. It takes an emotional toll on you to be in such a toxic work environment.
So, why are you staying then? Yeah? Someone please help me understand. Why are you staying in a job that you feel is a toxic work environment, where you also see your co-workers disrespecting vulnerable people, where you also know people are making readies in this place, but you decide to stay? Come on, man. Come on, man.
And then the kind of work that we're doing is so heavy, we had no support. I knew I had to leave. To anybody who's looking to get help for themselves or for somebody they love, pay attention to what's between the lines.
Well, that's one thing I am in agreement with her. Always read between the lines in everything in life. Yeah? Always read between the lines in everything in life. Just in case there is something between the lines, and even if there isn't something between the lines, at least you know that there isn't. Yeah, but what I will say to you, my people, is always, 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 and I can't stress it enough, always look between the lines.
If you don't ask any questions, you'll be blindly led down this yellow brick road that doesn't exist.
100%.
Regulators need to have a better grip on what's going on in these facilities. I think the more that addiction is treated as a medical problem, as the disease that it is, the less these things will happen.
The reality is, at the end of the day, my people, yeah, when it comes to Western medicine and all of these type of things, yeah, it's all a big business. Yeah, what I will say is, do your research. Yeah, America and England and these Western countries, they're the greatest for diagnosing what is wrong with you. Do you get what I'm saying? But I would lean to other methods to cure yourself. And I'm not even going to talk too much on it, yeah? You get what I'm saying to you, my people? But at the end of the day, the moral of the story of this thing here is don't do drugs. Don't do drugs and you won't end up in them places there. You understand me? But yeah, man, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Nothing but love and blessings, man. Normal behavior. Behavior is normal. We're strictly informal, keeping it cordial. Okay.